eventually you get tired of suffering in silence. You want to tell somebody, you know? I think I'm at that point.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, I've been going back and forth with myself about doing this video, whereas when it first started, it was just about a guy being robbed by Stefon Diggs' brother, where he was caught in his building after they waited for him to arrive, and that's when the beating and robbing began. Now, like I said before, it was pointed out that Stefon Diggs' brother robbed him, but at first it was kind of confusing because if you know anything about Blake and Stefon, they're actually cool, or at least they were. From the post by Blake that we're going to get into, it seemed as if maybe Diggs may have not known what his brother did, and his brother was just being a slime backdooring Blake for whatever reason. But things got pretty interesting after Blake would later reveal that allegedly, Diggs knew exactly what happened, and in fact, he only did it because Blake wasn't down with doing intimate activities with him. Now keep in mind that all of this is still alleged, and Stefon Diggs have just been having a field day in the blogs lately for all the wrong reasons, because he was also accused of messing around with Cardi B, rapper, while she was pregnant with Offset's baby, and that's all alleged as well. Keep in mind, all of this is transpiring as people are starting to reveal what's going on with Diddy and exposing him for allegedly messing with rappers and other guys and underage people. So it's a lot going on. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get into the video of the incident, speak on it real quick, and also get into the post of Blake accusing Stefon Diggs of some interesting claims. But before we get into all that, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Now for starters, Blake have been targeting the building complex that he's staying at and bashed them for their lack of security due to them allowing 3 men who don't even stay there to roam the floor that he lives on after they lied about Blake knowing they were coming for him. How it usually works is if you live in a building, especially these expensive ones, the front desk must alert you whenever someone says that they're there entering on your behalf. In some cases, the front desk is lenient if they've seen you come there a few times with a resident on a few occasions, but however, for reasons just like this, you can never be too sure. The front desk must never assume, and they are supposed to contact the resident at all times before allowing someone into the building. Now in worst case scenario, they could have took Blake's life and the front desk would have been held responsible because they let these guys into a resident building where an occupant was seriously injured. I don't know how far Blake plans to take it, but he definitely has a lawsuit on his hands if he wanted to take it that far, which will be easy because they already have everything on video, surveillance camera, and there's pretty much no escaping this one. So now that you guys know what's going on and y'all seen the video, you kind of got a backstory to everything that's happening. We're going to get into the post that Blake took to his Instagram story after everything happened. Then we're going to get into why he said everything happened between him and Stefon Diggs, and why Stefon Diggs is actually in the middle of everything. And it was kind of suspicious being that his brother and 2 other guys did what they did. You know, I don't know if this reason is legit, but he's saying that it is, and it's kind of crazy. Now in the first slide, Blake would take to his Instagram story, and he would say, quote, "I taught these N-words with a cop how to shop for pieces and get fly. They robbed me, tried to kill me, lied on me, and I watched N-words play the middle like a balancing act. In the next slide, he will also say, quote, 3 of them plus 1 of me. Special shout out to Accusations Life for granting access to these goofs without my permission and allowing them to loiter on my floor for a whole hour prior to my arrival at what's supposed to be a safe haven I called home. It's unfortunate for me to inform you that if you live at one of their properties, this could be you. Then in the next slide, he will say, quote, welcome to Accusations Life, residences where they protect trespassers by suppressing footage and prioritize the safety of intruders versus the safety of their residents. Now TMZ must have picked the story up and they pointed out who they believe is Derez, aka Stefon Diggs' brother, and Blake will repost it as he would caption it saying, quote, this goof tried to end my life. He thought I was a Chrome Hearts lick. I told all of them they were on camera and they couldn't have cared less. At Central Life, my son could have been with me. All parties involved disgust me. Then in the next slide, he will also caption it saying, quote, beat the hat off my head and wore it out of the front door like a true bum while they sift through all the jewelry in my bags they stole. At Central Life, they have you to thank since the 24-hour security y'all hired to keep residents safe allowed 3 guests up to my floor without my permission to loiter my floor for an hour until I got home, but need to take my ID as collateral when I have too many packages and need to borrow the bell card. Priorities are clearly in the wrong place here at Central Life. In the next slide, he will post a picture of his son wearing the same hat that was taken from him, as he would say, quote, same elevator, same hat. Thank you, Jesus, my son wasn't with me, or my rationale would not be bound to that of an IG story post at Central Life. In the next slide, he will repost a picture of Stefon Diggs allegedly wearing the same hat that was taken from him, and he would caption it saying, quote, and like a true bum, after robbing me, goes and sells my stuff to his brother. Sheesh. Now he would take to his next slide and say, quote, in my one-on-one wallet chain I constructed myself by way of combining 2 limited Chrome Hearts accessories to form one, went straight to the goofs as well. Now in the next slide, it was pretty crazy because Monday Night Football just passed and he will actually capture a video of Stefon Diggs allegedly wearing the same Chrome Heart link that he said was stolen from him that was 1 of 1, which I guess that's how he knew it was his because he's the one that constructed it. Now he will repost that video and he will caption it saying, quote, to post robbery with my 1-of-1 Chrome piece made his debut on Monday Night Football. Now that's kind of crazy because imagine you paid money for something, whether it was a chain, a watch, whatever it was, and you got some type of sentimental value towards it, and you gotta watch Monday Night Football and see the person who allegedly is involved in taking your sentimental value jewelry, and you just gotta look. Now in the last slide, he will post another video of Stefon Diggs entering the stadium, and he will caption it saying, quote, I reiterate, it's a 1 of 1. Now in the post and delete, here's where things get a little bit interesting because Blake take it a step further and he actually accuses Stefon Diggs of allegedly trying to drug him and have some type of intercourse. I don't know what you want to call it, but I think y'all know what I'm getting at. Now y'all know with social media, you could post something and you could think that just because you deleted it, that nobody's seen it, or you could do it purposely, hoping that somebody screenshot it, where that's pretty much the case here. Now Blake will make the post and in the caption, he would say, quote, this is my life we're talking about. I don't know what you do with yours, but I be doing some ish with mine, so it means something. I'm speaking from the perspective of fact. So to denounce the spreading of any misinformation, here's a synopsis. I'm familiar with Marshawn because of his half-brother. I was designing Liam Home, his half-brother's clothing line that resembles that of Forever 21's men line, and Marshawn used to run my errands per his half-brother's demands as I worked on the line. We didn't work in close proximity, but he was around. The other guys I don't know. The derivative of all this ish is that Stefon tried to drug me and have intercourse with me and I escaped unscathed, thank you Jesus. But I now knew his secret and that didn't sit well with him. Weeks later after his failed SCX attempt on me, because I don't play like that and never have, Marshawn realized that I was no longer affiliated with his half brother, and because he's broke, not even being funny, but like actually doesn't have money, has 3 kids, and Stefon doesn't take care of him because he didn't meet him until he was like 12 years old or something like that. He saw a gap in what was once a strong relationship between his brother and I, and tried to rob my crib for my Chrome Hearts collection and more. Jacket with 100+ crosses, multiple bags, etc, etc, etc. First thing he said when I got off the elevator was, "What's up with all that chrome-ish?" Him and the 2 crash outs he tagged in to help him didn't give a damn about no cameras because they likely wanted my mouth closed about the closeted receiver and wanted to kill me and leave me in my apartment after they cleared it clean of all my valuables. And that ain't even all the tea. But everybody knows so much, they gonna run a narrative about theft to protect the fact that he drugged me and then tried to try me. But unlike the fruitful thinker, I respectfully live my life as a 100% straight man that doesn't dabble in experimentation unlike him, but the truth needs no motivation. It'll surface as need be. I produce receipts like a printer, but y'all can continue in the comments telling me more about my life. Now I'm not gonna lie y'all, none of us know 100% what happened between the two, and to be honest with you, that industry is kind of weird, and he's pretty much saying that they tried to get him down with the swirl, he wasn't with it, and in retaliation, they tried to do something to him because now he knows Stefon Diggs' alleged secret. And if y'all know anything about that industry, y'all know there's a lot of closeted men. I'm not gonna say no names, I'm not gonna throw any allegations out there, but y'all have heard the stories, we've heard celebrities that's within the industry say the same thing. There's a lot of guys that play like they straight, or on the surface they look a certain way, but behind closed doors, they go a whole different way. Now that's what he's accusing Stefon Diggs of. And to be honest with you, he says he has more receipts. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, because right now he's making some very big claims. They're trying to say he stole something. This is why they sent quote unquote hitmen after him. But he's saying that they were just trying to take my valuables. It wasn't like they were trying to teach me a lesson or do something to me because I stole. They were just trying to steal from me. And as you look at the video, in which I couldn't put it up there for YouTube guidelines, but as you look at the video, they took his hat, they look like they tried to take his chain, they took his Chrome Hearts link chain that was on his pants. So it did look like they were trying to rob him or theft more than anything. Now another person might argue, well, maybe they were trying to take stuff back that was equally valuable of whatever he took, but I don't know, y'all. Something just don't smell right, and he says he has receipts. Hopefully he put them out, and we'll just take it from there, man. As of right now, I guess Stefon Diggs got some explaining to do, because at this point, it's not looking too good. Now y'all jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this. What do y'all think happened, and what do you think the falling out between the two was? Because at one point, they were friends. And it looks like everything just went downhill. But y'all let us know what y'all think about all this in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out.